Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. It is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. This is episode 28, and it's great to have you back. Yeah. Um, so, for those of you who have been following me since the beginning, I greatly appreciate it. I don't think I say that enough. For those of you who have recently found me, welcome aboard. Um, just a little reintroduction. I live in Pennsylvania. I have three grown daughters, one grandson who is 9, and I'm a middle school teacher. And school is out as of Friday, June 2nd. So this is our third day of summer vacation. Getting all the things done like haircuts and dentist appointments and everything. And yeah, so that's where we are. So I have spent some time straightening up, organizing, which, again, totally goes against my disorderly stitcher moniker, but it always happens in June, right after school lets out. I get the urge. And that way I find things and I realize that maybe I bought two of something. Yeah. And think, do I really want this? Do I really need this? Do I want to get rid of it? Um, so yeah, been busy the last few days. Much like the rest of the country, we are waiting on rain. We had a little tiny bit of rain the other day on Saturday. Apparently, when the storm went through, it must have hit Harrisburg hard, and they got some hail and some trees went down. Um, so, yeah, and today we're seeing the effects of the smoke from Canada. My heart goes out to everyone up there dealing with these wildfires. So we've, woken up to a very bright orange sun, which, is from the smoke. So, yeah, I hope that they're able to get those under control in the next couple of days. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what that feels like. So, anyway, like I said, I've done some organization. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a video of all of my charts spread all over the floor and all over the ironing board and all over the sewing table. So, what I did was I tried to organize them into groups by designers, and I went into my spreadsheet in Google Sheets and I made sure they were all listed so that I could access them from my phone as well if I'm out shopping. And then in those plastic drawer things, I have two of them. I tried to put them in a drawer by themselves. Now, some of them live together. Hopefully, I'll remember who. But yeah, so that was part of it. I also went through and unkitted some floss packs that came with certain charts. I had gotten the month to month by Stitching with the Housewives from Fat Quarter Shop, and I was in the club, so I got the thread pack. Well, why do I need to keep that thread in there for that particular chart when, if needed, I could use it somewhere else till I get to that chart, or if I get to that chart? Because, our tastes change. Well, kind of funny, but not. Chris, the camping stitcher, and I were talking one night, and she said something about um, needing black coffee by Color and Cotton, and it's hard to find. I said, well, I found quite a bit of it when I was unkitting these floss packs, and she's like, what? And I found 24 skeins. So I don't think I'll be needing black coffee for a while. So, that was one reason why I did it. Why do I keep buying floss? Why do I need floss when I have all this floss sitting in these packs, not doing anything? Right? Right. The other purpose was to make sure I had not purchased some charts twice, which I did find. Um, and I also was, did a deep soul search and was like, am I really going to stitch this? And some of them I knew I wasn't. So some of them were sold on Stash Unloading on Facebook, and some of them are going to be giveaways. Why not? Why not? Why not? What I don't want to stitch, maybe one of you do. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at some haul. I don't have very much, and well, at least I don't think it's very much compared to some of the other ones. I have made a little bit of progress, and I also made some floss bling. I've been trying to venture into that. Okay, and I apologize for the glare on my glasses. It's just very bright with the sun shining through the window and such. So, um, yeah. So how about we start with the haul? I am or was a member of the Threads of History Sampler Club from Country Peddler, I think it was. Yeah, up in Wisconsin. Country Sampler. Anyway, so it was a year thing, and after I received the fourth and final one, I decided to opt out of it. I mean, the samplers I've gotten are beautiful, and I plan on stitching them, and I did not, weed out any of them. Um, and this one, this one's simple enough, and I really like it, and I love the house. So this is Jane Williams 1838 by the Scarlet House. I hope you can see it. I'm not going to take it out of the package, but it's beautiful. And it came with the floss and the fabric. So I'm looking forward to that. I might be, zigzagging around the edge of this fabric and getting it done here soon. It's on 40 count fabric, approximately 208 wide by 273 high. It's Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks, and it's on 40 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit. And I've never done anything on baked clay, so I am looking forward to that. So yeah, and it looks like Gentle Arts Terracotta was not available, so they subbed limited edition. So we'll see what that means. Maybe I have terracotta in my stash. Who knows? So there you go. That's Jane Williams, 1838. Has a lot of mortar in that house. So that should be interesting. The one thing I have learned, and I keep telling myself now, is to do the white first. I have found sometimes that, if you stitch the dark colors first and you have a tail or something, or it catches a thread from a dark color, the white will pull it through, and then you lose the impact of the white. So I am trying to remind myself to do that. I got my color and cotton. Oh, maybe I got that before. That one's on the way. But I did buy a piece of 36 count color and cotton willow. It's a nice grayish green, and I don't know if you can see it, but I bought this off of Stash Unload, and I really, really love color and cotton. It feels so good. It feels so good. So I bought that, and I think I have an idea what I'm going to do with that. As part of the, I'm hosting a sal, and there's a short video on that. It's the Red, White, and Summer sal. And the idea is that you pick up anything you want that's summery or red, white, and blue or whatever you want to do. And you just stitch on it. And there's no timeline. There's no deadline. You know me, I probably won't have mine done before the end of the summer. But what the heck? It's just a fun way to do something, and I'm really pumped to do this. In fact, you'll see how much progress I made on mine, which is amazing. So one of the gals posted this one, and I fell in love with it because of the bold, bright colors. But it's the America Sampler from Calico Confectionery, and those letters go fast, I think, anyway. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's done with DMCs. So, and there's only 4 DMCs, cornflower blue, garnet, beige brown, 2 different beige browns, 838 and 840. And the model's done on 32 count, but I will probably do it on 36. but I just love it. It's Budamus. And who knows, I might even do a color and cotton conversion if I have enough of the colors I want to use. I saw this on Fat Quarter Shop. In fact, Fat Quarter Shop is hosting a red, white, and June stitch along. And this was part of it. Star Spangled Ornaments from It's So Emma. I just love those, and I can only imagine how quick they're going to be. So I'm pumped to work on those. You could get a floss pack, which is right here. So they are all classic colorworks. Beautiful red, white, blue, gray, and like a taupey brown, golden brown. But just love them. There's the gray. 2 different blues. The one blue is Summer Sky. The other one is Mermaid's Fin. Baking Tin is the gray. Snowball is the white, Ribbon Red, and Straw Hat. So those are the threads. And then I thought, you know what? What the heck? I also ordered 2 packs of the Lori Holt Pebble. That's what they're stitched on the models. And so why not? You know, I'm not going to go out and rock the boat too much. So those are on my list to do. So one of these days I'm going to cut up this fabric into the square size I need and zigzag around each square, and then I'll just put them in a bag and pull them out once in a while. Sorry about that. That was my phone. I got my Bestitch Me Fabric Club fabric for the month, and it's a 1/2 yard of 36 count linen. It's Bronze Age. It's a really dark brown, golden brown, probably more brown. Sorry, you can't really see it. I did end this club. I've done it for a year. I've gotten some beautiful fabrics, but I thought, you know, why not give the slot to somebody else? And I'm getting color and cotton fabric right now, so we'll see how that goes. I would love to get Fox and Rabbit, but getting in their club is almost impossible. So yeah. So with that being said, moving on. I got the next installment in the Big City Christmas, which is Music Hall, and I put all these patterns together in my drawers, and I think I even put them on a little like pin or something, hook, so I could keep them together. Still not sure what I'm going to do with these. They were sort of on the do I want to do these list, so I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm really trying not to shop because I'll be going to StitchCon next week, weekend B. But some things I had ordered came in. I'd ordered them a while ago, and then I found this on Stash Unloading from a friend of mine, Linda. A friend of mine, her name is Linda. I bought quite a few things from her, but it is the Heritage Sampler by Plum Street. And in it, she has fabric and DMC floss. It's the one of the verses of America. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. So I love it. You know, it's the history geek in me. So it goes from the Pilgrims to Abraham Lincoln and Mary Todd, and the Revolution in the middle. Lots of colors, lots of big motifs. So yeah, I'm excited to do that. I have so many Plum Streets to do. So I got that, and then the ones I had ordered and they finally came in. Faith of the Heart from With Thy Needle. I love those birds. For a hot minute, I thought I had this twice, but I do not. And I don't have the classic homespun linen by R&R, but I'm sure that I can substitute something. This is Be Ye Thankful. And I do have the vintage country mocha, 40 count. So that one's going to be on my list. Make sure I don't fall on these. And then I also got Joy and Good Cheer. I love the Cardinal. Cardinals are my favorite. And this is done on Winter Brew, which I happen to have. And then I hopped on the train. I did not buy the kit or the threads. I just bought the chart. But I saw someone do this on a darker fabric, and I saved the picture of it on Instagram, and I just that was it. I had hemmed and hawed about this for so long because I really didn't want to make the investment. And then when I saw it on the darker fabric, I just went, yes, as Laura would say, I went ape. So I got Sally Rinder. So I need to figure out what fabric this gal did it on and get a piece and store it away. I am not going to use the fancy floss because there are so many flosses. I will use DMC. DMC looks wonderful. I'm using DMC for Antong, so I don't have a problem with that. Who knows? Maybe I'll substitute some fancy ones in there for some of the bigger motifs, but yeah, it'll be interesting. And there's probably a bunch of 1/1 in here, but you know what the heck? You only live once, right? YOLO. I think that's it. I did get a new needle minder simply because Lucy's my favorite, and yeah, the doctor is in. I love Lucy. Lucy is awesome. So, what have I been doing? Let's talk about my red, white, and summer Sal piece. And I just happened to get to a point where I could take it out of the frame and show you. And I thought, why not shoot a video? Because I am a little overdue. So, like I said, the red, white, and summer Sal is whatever you want to do. Summery, patriotic, it doesn't matter. It's your timeline. There's no, you have to have so much done. We're not doing all the same chart type of thing. I think that's when stitch alongs bother me because I feel pressured. And then when I start seeing other people finish it, I feel bad. So, yeah. So anyway, I am doing a Plant of Rapid Growth by Heartstring Samplery. I had always loved this one. Again, the history geek in me. But the eagles in the corner and the shield up top, I just love it. And I got so pumped by this. I went and I did a thread conversion to mostly color and cotton and one classic colorworks and one or two and a couple Gentle Arts and a couple of weeks. And so I had to, where is it? I went and instead of saying this symbol is this color and this symbol is this color, I actually broke it down to whatever was on the chart. So, for example, I have like the bunting I'm doing in Golden Gate, White Sand, and Shining Sea. And the roof I'm doing in Chestnut and Swiss Chocolate. And the walls of the house I'm doing in Parchment. I mean, I don't have it symbol by symbol. Like the symbol in the house for the wall is not the same as the symbol in the eagle necessarily. Okay. So anyway, there's my post-it note. And I saw someone do this. I don't know who it was, but I can't flip it over because there's the chart. But I saw this. Put your chart in a sheet protector. And then not only do you have it contained, but I'm hoping that by doing this, it doesn't stick to the vinyl of my project bag if it gets in the sun too long. So I don't know. But I like the fact that it's contained and it's staying flat and it's staying nice. So, yeah. So how far? Well, here's my threads. Let's show you the threads. They're a little messy. Sorry. But like what I just finished is the bunting under the eagle's holding. So like there's the three colors. Very bright. Very bright. But like the symbol of the red in the bunting, okay, is also the symbol for the red in the flowers in the border, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm not using the same red. So in the flowers, whoops, in the flowers, I'm using Brick by Weeks Dye Works. And on the bunting, I'm using Golden Gate, which is a more bright red, whereas the Brick is a more subdued rusty red. So anyway, that being said, let me see if I can show you this. I just finished the eagle and the bunting. Now, of course, on the camera, the white looks washed out, but you can see it. And the eagle's head, the flowers are done with white sand from Color and Cotton. And the eagle's head is done with parchment. I think that's Gentle Arch. I just like the look of the parchment for the eagle's head. It looks, like it's more wilderness, it lives out there in the wild. I don't know. But I will tell you what, counting stitches and talking to a 9-year-old at the same time is dangerous. So yeah, this wing got ripped out. It was like down to here, and I realized I was one stitch off, so I took the whole thing back out. I could have left it and known and remembered that I was one stitch over, but I didn't. I just, tore it out. But I got tired of working with the green, so I needed to work on the bird. I needed some different colors. And I store this one in the Teresa Kogut bag that I made. I got the inspiration from Dot Dot Goose, but I got some of the fabric for myself. This was the first time I tried to use soft and stable in the back. I like it, but flipping the binding over from the back, I need to leave more room for binding. It was a little too thick. But anyway, there we go. There's the front, and there's the back. These are something that I got the inspiration from the gal in Pittsburgh. She gave us one, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I had these printed at Vistaprint. So on the one side, that's me, Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher. And then on the other side, I have all my project info. So that way, especially with a whole cloth bag, I don't have to unzip and rezip and zip, zip, zip to figure out who's in what bag. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. So for those of you that are doing your Red, White, in the Summer Sal, post some pictures, and if you're in the Facebook group, post some pictures. I'd love to see what you're doing. While I'm picking this up, I'm going to ramble about that. I've seen some wonderful starts. I've seen some projects already finished, which is amazing. And if you're doing something that, can qualify for two things, for example, Colorado Cross Stitcher is doing the cross stitch camp again this summer. You do a different project for June, a different one for July, and another one for August. And you start on June 1st, and the June's requirement is something with a bird. So, for example, not only am I working on my Red, White, and Summer Sal, I've got a bird done. So that would count for both. Now you don't have to finish them for cross stitch camp. I probably won't finish that, but you know, I can still get credit for June because I did the bird. Um, July is something that grows, and I guess technically I could use that. I don't know. I'd have to double check the rules, but you know, there are flowers and vines on there. Again, I probably won't finish it, but if it counts, super duper. And cross stitch camp for August is try something new, either a new technique, a new fabric, a new designer, a new thread, you know, a new finishing technique, something like that. So head on over to Colorado Cross Stitcher and you can find out some information on cross stitch camp. Um, the goal is to post your entry on Instagram and tag her. Hashtag Colorado Cross Stitcher, hashtag Cross Stitch Camp 2023. And yeah, and she's got prizes. So if you get the goal done, you're in line for a prize. If you finish it, I think there's another chance for a prize. So let's see. I sort of pushed Red, White, and Summer Sal and Cross Stitch Camp together. So I hope you got all of that. Oh, there's a beautiful cardinal outside my window. So that's the progress on that one. The next one, I don't know why, but when my charts came in the mail and I opened up the package, the one that popped out at me was Home Sweet Home. Now, I believe there's a sale going on for this one. I didn't buy it for the sale. I just bought it because I loved it and the strawberries, and of course, I'm a history geek. So that's that. I'm putting it in, I put it in a bag that I made that turned out a little bit smaller. I just grabbed one. It's got pumpkins on it. This is made with a lighter interfacing and they give a little, and I kind of like that. I don't know. So anyway, there's that. And then I also have my tag. Now I accidentally mistagged it thinking it was color and cotton fabric, but it's Be Stitch Me. So there's that. And this is the one that the gal in Pittsburgh gave me because you can see Pittsburgh. Okay, that was from the Steel City Stitchers retreat. So here's the threads. These are all called for. And I put most of them, I put the DMCs on floss tags that Kara Pink Daisy Stitch made me. And it's the house from the pattern. So what I do is I punch the big hole for the skein, and then if I have a thread that's long enough to keep for another place, I punch a little hole. So there's the DMC. And then we have Blue Corn and some Weeks Dye Works. And there's the other DMC. Okay. So I did not take this one out of the frame because I'm in a good place and I want to keep working on it. So what I got done so far is the very corner of the border and the 4 strawberries. And I made sure that I did those lighter colors in the strawberries first. Speaking of strawberries, I got strawberries yesterday. Oh my God. Nothing better than fresh strawberries. Yes. Yum. All right. So that was that project. June WIPGO numbers were called, and I think they were numbers 4 and 16. Number 16 is my Sparkle Star Quilt, and so I pretty much had that one done. I needed to work on it for 5 days, and I had worked on it for 5 days in May, and it's my board, and that counts. So number 4 on my WIPGO board is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. This is one of the first charts I bought back in 2021 when I got back into stitching. We were, where were we? I think this is when we went to Virginia, my husband and I, over Labor Day weekend. And anyway, so I got this, again, history. And, the star field looks like an old Pennsylvania German coverlet. And I never knew what a coverlet was until I met my husband. And then all of the states in order are in the stripes. Okay. So anyway, this is one of the first ones I worked on when I got back into stitching, and it's on 32 count something. Hang on. Hold, please. Oh, never mind. 28 count Cashel Ale from Picture This Plus. Now, that was back when I did not know that you didn't have to use their fabric or their count. Okay, that's what I did in the 90s when I stitched. This thing is going to be huge. Now, this is as far as I am. I've worked 3 days on it since the number was called. Now, I had most of that done. Don't get excited. Okay, I had most of that done before June was called. But to give you an idea of how big this thing's going to be, it's huge. And when I get around to getting it framed, it's going to be framed right. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep teaching for that one. And it only takes 3 colors. They're all classic color works. It's antique lace, Cupid, and blacksmith blue. You can see how much white. And I keep it in one of my Dot Dot Goose bags. Fell in love with that teal and the witches. So, yeah. One of these days. Yeah. I would really love to get the blue field done before the end of the month. So, despite what everybody says, don't take anything really big and involved to StitchCon. That one might go with me because I really would like to get it done. And once I get in the rhythm with those white stars, it really isn't bad. So that one may be going to StitchCon. Another progress was my temperature tree. Here's my threads. They're all DMC. I have them on my floss drops that I had made from Vistaprint. So they say the disorderly stitcher. And then I have room for the floss and the color and the number. And I was getting a little worried because it was looking like it was going to be a little chilly. But then things started to warm up. And to be honest, this is what I did the last day of school when there was nothing to do but keep kids busy for 2 hours. Anyway, so what I've gotten done is you can see that May is done. May did warm up considerably. I got the June branch done, which is here. I have not put any of the leaves on yet. The July branch, and then this is what I did the last day of school. I worked on August. August is not done. Excuse me. August is not done yet. And then this little thing right here will be September. And this little thing right here will be October. And I have November and December done. So this is another thing that may go to StitchCon with me. I do have a chart, which I've shown you before, to write down all the high temps. I register my high temps out of Capital City Airport at Harrisburg. I believe it's a national weather center, whatever they call it, recording station. So, yeah. So that's what I've been doing as far as stitching goes. And I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying having time to stitch. And yeah, I'm pumped. Okay. So the other thing that I have been working on is floss bling. I made some floss bling to be gifts, which I can't show you because they're going to StitchCon with me. But I had also gotten, they were round. I had also gotten some rectangular shaped ones and some oval shaped cabochons. These turned out okay. Uh, and many people have asked me for a tutorial. I am not going to do a tutorial. I'm going to link the tutorial down below that I used from Michelle at Momma Loves You GB. She shows you everything you need to know. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. All right. Now, the only thing I will say is Michelle uses Gorilla Glue, and it comes in a little bottle with a brush, which is great. However, if you don't use the Gorilla Glue as soon as you buy it, it will get really, really thick. And that's what happened to me. I've also had people tell me that if you open the Gorilla Glue and then you close it, no matter how tight you close it, it will get really, really thick. And I'm sure there's a way to loosen it up, but it's not worth it. So what I did is I used Aleene's Tacky Glue. Now, the first ones I did turned out really, really well. I don't know if it was the brush I used. Between them, the first one I used was a sponge brush. This one I used just a regular brush. Maybe I didn't spread it enough, evenly enough or whatever, but I don't care because these are mine and I'm good. The rectangular ones are cool. It's hard to find pictures that will look good in a small sense. So I ended up, and for some of them, just using pieces of pictures. Now, all I did was I Googled pictures of what I wanted to find. So, for example, I don't know why, but I really love vintage seed packs. So I Googled those. I also Googled vintage sewing advertisements, and I used some of those. But you can do whatever you want. You want to do nature, do nature. But the one I did as a rectangle was my little logo thing. And you can probably see in there some shadowing, which is where the glue didn't dry real well. So I did that. I also found this one, and they're heavy, by the way. The bigger, the heavier. I found this one, and it's on my Red, White, and Summer Sal threads. But I thought it went well in memory of our heroes. This is probably from around World War I. So that's just a part of it. That's not the whole picture. But I thought she was pretty. And really what I have done is simply I right click on the picture, I download it onto a Google Doc, I shrink it, I bring it together corner to corner where I think it will work, and then I print it on regular paper. And then I lay the cabochons on top of the picture, and if it's too big or too small, then I just make a note and I go back and then I play. When I believe I'm ready to make it into the floss bling, then I print it on an 80-pound paper, just a regular ream of 80-pound paper. So like, where'd they go? They're in here. I can show you what I have left. And then I just cut out, I use what I want. So if you watch Michelle's video, she puts the glue on the back of the cabochon, and then you push the glass bezel down really, really, really hard. The better you push, the flatter you push, the less chances you have of those gluey shadows. And then you let it dry, and then you glue that into the base. So, for example, these are some of the ones I have left. You can see I still have a lot on this page. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the tomato, because otherwise, if I put it in a round one, it's like the whole thing. So I don't know. And let's see, I had these as well. Some of them worked, some of them don't. You know, I did this one thinking that it would be good for the rectangular one, and I didn't like it. I love the cat with the glasses on. Then I did a page with samplers on it, and I did pieces of samplers. And I did this one thinking that the center was going to go in a rectangular one, but I didn't like the way it looked. And then again, I still have pieces and parts from other papers. Same ones. And, you know, who knows? I might use them. So I have them saved under here by my sewing machine. And, yeah, we'll see. So, yeah, so like I said, these are it's just something to do. I think I did these the first day after school was out. So, yeah, I don't know. I have some square bases coming, but, so this is what they look like. I got mine from Amazon, so these are the round bases. And here's the round bezels. And then to attach them, I got these rings. And then I also got these little jump rings to put on these little tiny hearts that say made with love. So here's another patriotic one that I did. I really like her. I did print some a picture of Weeks floss, and I thought the colors were pretty cool, so I did that twice. Here's one, a little girl. It's a seed pack picture. Oh no. This was piece of a sampler. Did that a couple times. Here's the cat. Cats and the dog. So this one, no, this one. No, hang on. Here's the cat with the glasses. I love her. This one. I did these as a rectangular one, and that's just a piece of the sampler. But then I also took the house and the verse and did a round one. Here's some veggies from a seed pack. And here's a tomato. Here's another seed pack. I really like that one. Here's some flowers. So you can see, I mean, it's I don't know. It's fun. It's addictive. What am I going to do with these? I have no idea. I guess I'll put them on floss. Somebody said I should sell them. I don't know if I will or not. Who knows? But that's just an old mom and her daughter on a treadle machine. It's another cat. Here's another house from a sampler. This one I love just because the girl's bonnet and the pumpkin. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty. This is another piece of a sampler. So yeah. So it takes some time, and you know, because you have to be patient enough to you know, you don't want to put too much glue on, otherwise it gets gloppy. You want to put enough on so it sticks, and then you got to make sure that you know, can push on it and get that, you know, glue as flat and as dry as possible. I just use a regular pair of scissors then to cut around the bezel, but you can also use these curved snips if you want. But yeah, so like I said, you know, people have said, why don't you sell them? I don't know if I'm going to sell them. I don't know. But that was my other experiment this weekend. All my junk, all my floss bling stuff goes in this lock and lock box. So then I have a few more of those too. So yeah. I don't know if you do lock and lock. I'm not a paid advertiser, but they're for more than just in the kitchen. The other thing I got was when I had those cards made at Vistaprint. I don't know if this is them or not. I also had some more floss drops made. I give these out at retreats. I'll just take some and pass them around to people at tables. So I don't know if I showed you these before. But I got pansies. Pansies are my favorite. And I got these. Whoops, sorry. The fruits. So yeah, and then these are a little bit different on the back than the old ones. But anyway, I'll wait for sales at Vistaprint, and then I will order them. In fact, I need to pack those with my StitchCon stuff. What else? Oh, I found this the other day on Instagram, and I'm going to promote it because I think this is something even I can do. The Nap Time Stitcher. So if you go to hashtag Summer Stitches Challenge, hosted by @the Nap Time Stitcher. It's just a different theme each day. So like June 26th, school's out, stitch something with letters on it. Letters or words. That's a sampler. Hello. Pool day, something with water. Sandcastle day, something with a building on it. How many houses am I doing here? And so on. So if you're interested in this, check it out @the Nap Time Stitcher. Hashtag Summer Stitches Challenge. I just printed it so I could hang it on my wall. Honestly, I didn't think I'd have 50 minutes to talk about, but I guess I did. So in honor of cleaning out my stuff, I am going to do a giveaway. Let's see. All right. I'm going to do a giveaway. Let's start out small. Actually, let's call it a share, because trolls look for the words giveaway. So if you choose to enter, please do not use the word giveaway, prize, whatever in your comment. Because that's how they find us. And then they make weird comments, or they tell you to go somewhere and, you know, you have to go somewhere and do something to get the prize, which is not true. The only way you will know if you win is if you come back and watch the next video. So please remember that you need to be a subscriber. So hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Hit the bell so that you will be notified of future videos and announcements and things like that. And remember that you must be 18 years or older so that I can legally ask for your address. All right. So this giveaway is going to be a set of JBW ornament design pamphlets. Okay. So this is ornament. I'm going to do them all together. All right. So that's set one. That's set two. And that's set three. So being how these are all ornaments, right? 1, 2, 3. How about you tell me what was the most special holiday decoration that you remember from when you were little? It can be Christmas. It can be, whatever. It could. I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, so let's go with any holiday. Okay. Um, Tell me what your favorite holiday decoration was, and please make sure you use the word decoration, DECORATION, in your response. All right, that's how I'm going to filter it, decoration. Again, please do not use the word prize, giveaway, or anything like that. We don't want the trolls to find us. So you can make a comment using the word decoration up until the I'm going to say I'm going to do this again in the next 2 weeks, probably in 2 weeks, because I will be going to StitchCon next weekend. So I won't be doing a video the weekend of the 14th. So I'll do one after that. Okay. So if you're interested, use the word decoration. Tell me your most favorite holiday decoration that you remember from when you were a kid. My favorite Christmas, we did celebrate Christmas when I was a child. My favorite Christmas decoration was, and I wish I had them. My mother designed and made felt ornaments, and they were beautiful. I mean, my mother was an artist, and my favorite was always to hang up the gingerbread boy and girl. Those were my favorite Christmas holiday decorations. Halloween, we had, if for those of us who grew up in the 60s, and those old cardboardy paper skeletons that were jointed, they had the grommets in the joints. We had a really big one that we'd hang on the door. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, and Thanksgiving, we had little tiny candles that were a pilgrim, Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim, and there was a turkey and a Native American. They never got burned. They just sat on the dining room table. So yeah, lots of childhood memories with decorations. All right, so there you go. These are only 41 stitches square. The models are done in 28 count casual linen antique white using color cotton or classic colorworks, weak dye works, and sampler threads, but I am sure that you could substitute anything you want. Yes, so there is a DMC conversion for it, and the same colors are listed throughout, so it's not like you have to go and buy different colors for each one. All right, so with that being said, it is almost 55 minutes that I've been rambling on and on and on. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And for those of us coming into summer, I hope you have a wonderful summer. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot where you are. I don't know about you. I don't like the humidity. So, the breeze and the cooler temps are wonderful for me. But we do need the rain. My grass is brown and crunchy, and I don't like it when it's brown and crunchy. So, yeah, take care. Put your comment below. Tell me what your favorite decoration is from when you were a child. And we will see you in a couple of weeks. All right. Take care. Bye bye.